In the world of Invincible, full of heroes, monsters, villains, and extraterrestrial threats without limits, the question is obvious. Who reigns supreme? Who makes their claim apparent and undeniable to the crown of number one in...
And I think there's no other more objective, more logical, more correct way of doing this than a tier list. So here we have basically every semi-relevant Invincible character, it seems. And I'm going to rank them, traditionally from tier Z, S, A, B, C, F. And we're just going to see what happens. I know this is a pretty unorthodox compared to what I've been posting so far. To be honest, if I keep posting analysis videos, then I'm probably going to die, end up looking like Mark, That between these silents are going to finish me off like Conquest. But here we're going to see what we can do. I'm going to see how this performs, and honestly, I've been meaning to post this. Initially, I'm going to post these generally, just based on my feelings, and at the end, I'll do a quick power ranking for the top 10 all-time and top 10 at the start of the series too. Alright, let's begin. Angstrom. Angstrom's a good villain. I enjoy him quite a bit, but I do definitely think that of all the major villains, he's probably one of my least favorites. I'll put him in B tier. Real quick, I'm gonna add a row below, because I think there should be a D tier, I feel like it ending immediately after C is kind of weird. So, Best Tiger. I like Best Tiger. He has a nice design. Big Goggle Mark. Not a particularly special variance. Biplane. His death. Listen, there's nothing special about Biplane besides his death. That puts him up here. Blue Suit Invincible. In the comics, he's really angry, like he showcases the power of Invincible, that conflict. The show, he's less powerful, it's more just depression and uncertainty. But I think he deserves S tier in both scenarios. He's really excellent. I think here Mark, Blue Suit, and normal Invincible are separated, so I'm gonna see. Listen, if you're gonna say why is Bolt B tier, Eternal Flame, GDA Mark, watch it. It's amazing. Brit is awesome. I love Brit. He's so cool. Bug Eye, he's alright. Nothing special. Yeah, D tier. Bulletproof Mark, I do not like Bulletproof Mark. Burly, business baby. Just purely for the memes. Cast Iron, I don't like his design, to be honest. Dinosaurs is a very good character, Besides having one of the most amazing names and designs, like Dinosaurs, but he does really help with Mark's developments. I'm not going to try and spoil too much, but if you've read the comics, you know what I mean. Put him low A tier. Erickson, Nick Fury, he's alright. High C tier. Flaxen Mark, you know what? I've always wondered about Flaxen Mark. Like, what is the origin behind him being Flaxen? It doesn't seem related to anything. Did he get teleported dimension? Did he get trapped? Did the Flaxens take over Earth? Well, what's up with Flaxen Mark? Someone needs to write a story about Flaxen Mark. Just for the design, I'll put him high C tier. Goggleless Mark, very psychopathic, very entertaining, high C tier. Great Wall, it's just a wall, The Duvals, we don't get to see much of them. They go out in a rather large incidents. So yeah. Iguana's I don't like jacket suit Mark's design, to be honest. It's quite a boring one. Jane and Haley, they're funny enough. They deserve to go up there. The mummy plotline has always had me wondering. Kid Thor, again. Eternal Flame. Peak. Kill Cannon. Okay, after an interruption, we're back. Knockout. Again, Eternal Flame tax. I think Thor is my favorite, I'm like 6.5 hours in, so I don't know if she's actually dead, I'm kind of concerned. Komodo Dragon, it's okay. Kursk, I like his design actually. I like his powers and design. They're pretty cool. Definitely above Burly. Kyle, he's Kyle. Mark 6, definitely one of the cooler Marks. You would be higher if his name was Shiesty Mark. I think we'll put him bottom B tier. Mark Grayson. I do love Mark Grayson. I think he might have the most developments of the in terms of personas, you know. Mark as the man, Blue Suit as a transition, Invincible as the hero. Massless Mark, again, this is another one of the bummy ones. Definitely better than Bulletproof Mark though. He did really well on FC team. He's not that bad. Mohawk Mark. Mohawk Mark is okay. He's pretty cool Mark. I think above Kitor. Oh, she shouldn't be this high. Absolute bum, by the way. Gets destroyed by Showtech Jacket. Have you seen Showtech Jacket? She's not weak, but like, damn. Olga. I like Olga, you know. She has a good character arc, has some nice parallels to Debbie. And generally, also, you know, Eternal Flame Talks. So, bottom B tier. Omni-Mark. You know, there's some theories that, spoilers, Omni-Mark might replace Sinister Mark. But I'm not sure about that. I still think Sinister Mark's gonna fulfill his role. But I think they might do something different with the marks compared to the comics and the show. You know, that's just how I'm feeling. Again, cool design, bottom B tier. Omnipotus, crazy strong character, like, beats everyone on Earth in the comics, including Tech Jacket, who's Viltrumite Plus, and Immortal, and Eve, and Robo, just absolutely busted. But, especially in the show, he's not much of a character, you know. Pangea, 007. 0 lines, 0 powers explained. 7 times I've thought about her ever. Kinda looks like Junker Queen. Paul. In the comics, I would have ranked him maybe C if I was feeling extra spicy D. The show, they've done Paul really well, you know. He's very supportive. There seems to be a real chance he's gonna stay with Debbie. Phantom Mark. Phantom Mark is cool enough. I like how he's not as evil as the other marks, but it's definitely between C and B. I'll put him bottom of B. Polly. I do not remember Polly. We're gonna put her C tier and keep it a $150. Prisoner Mark. Arguably the strongest mark considering everyone had a team up on him. Another one of the marks with a very depressing backstory that's actually semi-good. So, top of C. Just because we don't get as much dialogue or characterization. Prof Ock. Yeah, I mean, Radcliffe, my mans. I love Radcliffe. I'm joking, but he's cool enough. The Uranimen are very cool, you know. Their feral fighting style and just the whole concept behind them. Also how they went from villainous, pure evil to one of the better tools for the protection of humanity. It's also a good way to show that whole redemption theme line with Cecil, you know. I just hope that the Mark Reanimen do a lot more in the show compared to the comics. I would love to see like 10 Viltrumites and 10 Reanimen throw down. That'd be awesome. Rick had a rough man. Rick deserves high C tier. Seance Dog. I don't know if I'm supposed to rank the idea of Seance Dog. For Mark, we'll put him top of C tier, but I don't know what we're supposed to do with Seance Dog. Psychods are an okay enough villain. Sinister Mark. Sinister Mark definitely leaves an impression, but generally I don't like him as much as a lot of people. I think we'll put him somewhere here, you know. You can see these kind of contrasts between each other, quite cool. Again, some theories that he might replace him, but not sure, you know. Supreme Lizard, he's probably my least favorite member. Tech Jacket. Show Tech Jacket goes high B tier. I enjoy Show Tech Jacket. Comic might go higher just because of a bit more aura. But I do think this Tech Jacket has more potential with her storylines. Just because of her age, gender, you know, everything can work together better. Tether Tyrants, the Hunk, I mean, shoulders, but Thrag, again, Thrag is another easy S tier. Love Thrag. People have been complaining a lot about Thrag in the show. I get why. But I still think his voice in like Conquest is going to grow on people, because I do enjoy his voice. What's more annoying to me is that the muscle definition, like the pure presence on panel that Thrag has, isn't as well captured in the show. Two Punch Man is strong. Viltrumite Mark, again, another one of the marks I like because they seem to have a lot less of a standard backstory. And also, spoilers, they are the last mark which gets eaten by Sinister. So, that's something. I think about Boo. I actually like him. I like them more than Sinister, just based off their body language and stuff and demeanor. It's very melancholic. Wolfman, one of the characters took the biggest hit in the show, so if this was comics, he'd be closer to the top, but fortunately, no. Zane, I think, again, from our beautiful mummy plotline, it's cool enough. Aquarius, definitely one of the Guardian members I think about the least, closer to the top of C tier. Here maybe. I'm gonna do some readjusting. I definitely think these deserve to be higher. I do like Omnipotence way more. Alright. King Lizard. He's entertaining enough. I think he's quite entertaining enough. Especially just downing 2 shots in Rex. Oof. That was brutal. Martian Man. Actually a very underrated fighter as well. If you don't know his weakness, he has enough binding strength to keep even Nolan restrained, at least in the show, so very cool. Queen Lizard, I don't like Queen Lizard either. Red Rush, maybe my favorite member. One of maybe second favorite member of the Guardians. Really enjoy Red Rush. Again, a little bit of that Eternal Flame tax too, come on. Salamander, he's okay. No one particular feelings. War Woman, she's alright as well. Definitely prefer in the show to the comic. In the comic, it's more stereotypical. I like the design in the show a lot more. Denise, we stand Donald and Denise here. Come on. Doug. I mean, he's Doug. Dr. Brandworth. I always thought his name was Brandyworth, like an alcohol. Oh, it is Brandy. Moving on. Force Fist. This has to be an Iron Fist reference, right? Surely this character is an Iron Fist reference. Furnace. Clash Royale. No, I'm kidding. It's okay. Green Ghost 2 is better than Green Ghost 1 just because they're more unique. Green Ghost 1 is slightly worse. She reminds me of someone too. Like, really, really reminds me of someone. I just can't put my finger on it. I mean, on the comments? Engagements? Oh, I wonder who this guy reminds me of. I wonder. Angstrom Jr. Yeah. Caitlyn, she's okay. You can assume she's like Cecil, but there's not a lot to go off of. Reasonably nice design, top of C tier. Sinclair, I do actually like Sinclair. He's grown on me a lot over experiencing the show. It's because just like the Reanimen themselves, he's a really good analogy for that philosophy of when does a person go too far. So him being brought back from redemption after seeming to be just completely and fully in the side of darkness, it's a good storyline. Especially because he does genuinely seem like he's been mostly reformed. So yeah, I'm gonna put him right next to his creations, But I do think the Reanimen just slightly cooler. Isotope, man, there should be a comic Isotope here too. Isotope is cool enough. I like the hair. I like him less than Kursk just because his design is worse, so we'll put him below. Mr. Sayer is a bit of a nothing burger. Octobos, I do like his dialogue. Octobos isn't that bad. Darkwing 2. Darkwing 2 is alright. He doesn't do the D. Sinclair points as well, so put him above. Hello, King Lizard. DoD Darkwing is just Batman, but black. Though I'm gonna dock some points for the fact that he tries to tackle Omni-Man, and the only way that makes sense if he has the dark dimension, but there's no indication of that besides hindsight. Honestly, I don't like Fire Master and Dropkick. To be honest, I don't know why. Giant goes in V tier just for the indication that the parents and everyone involved agree that Mark basically fighting a child as training is good, especially when the child says they don't like it and is consistently getting vetoed. Machine Head. This is one of my first hot takes. I really like Machine Head. Every time he's on screen, he's really entertaining. And also, him manipulating the Order continuously. Like, the Order is arguably as strong as the GDA. It's really awesome. And his voice tingles my brain. Oliver also, just getting all that developments, especially in the show. I feel like he's a lot more complex, like most characters are in the show. Just really enjoying seeing his arc. Andrissa is a nice parallel to Debbie. Obviously, spend less time with her, but you can see those motherly traits. I think I'll put her next to a fellow female partner who has been severely traumatized. Olga. Becky, my god. I don't know. Just terrible. Jack, yeah. Rest in pepperonis, my friend. Rest in pepperonis. Just foolish parents. Honestly, dang. Lucan. I think Lucan is really the run-of-the-mill Viltrumite, you know? Think of a run-of-the-mill Viltrumite and you think Lucan. And Viltrumites are cool, so he can go in B tier. Mr. Liu, honestly, he doesn't move me. He's strong, very strong, probably one of the strongest beings on Earth, but not interesting. Narrator, I like the narrator. Narrator deserves to be in high B tier. I'll even give him more bias than Eternal Flame bias. No, is this the guy who gets Mark to go to Trax? Oh wow, what a deep cut. He's there. Powerflex is an idiot and he's so dumb. But we're gonna put him in V tier because he's so committed. It's crazy. Just dedication. Elephant? I don't know if I guess this is a spoiler. Elephant being a black person with the amulet cracks me up, so we'll put him B. Amber. Comic Amber, somewhere here. Show Amber can get into B tier. I don't hate Show Amber, I actually enjoy her. Art's another really nice character. I enjoy art scenes. He's a good way to ground everyone, you know? He's like one of those tertiary mentors that people have. Plus, that conversation with Nolan they added just makes me so happy. So today, he gets to go on A tier. Damien. I do like Damien Darkblood. Especially that line where it's just like, that's cool when they're talking about the helmets. The recent episode. He's cool enough. Damien deserves to go in lowish B tier. Doc Seismic. He's a pretty cool recurring villain, but nothing special. Talia. Again, Talia's one of those pretty decent just recurring characters, but nothing special. Mauler Twins. The Mauler Twins are a surprisingly important set of characters, all things considered. Like, they do a lot, and I do like their dynamic too, so I wasn't thinking about this, but I think I'm gonna put them in A tier, which is crazy for the Mauler Twins. Ooh, but then I'm thinking, do I really like the Mauler Twins more than the Tech Jacket? Nah, let's bump them down to like below narrator. Most beautiful woman. No, I'm kidding. She's there. This specific image is convincing me to put her in D tier, but at the top of D tier. Titan. Listen, Titan does good things for his family. Probably better than the old mob boss or old crime lord of his area. But he is a manipulator, and he's a good manipulator. But I enjoy storylines, so B tier. Alan. I love me some Alan, man. Especially his built-in Senkai boost and him just constantly getting more buff. Alan's good, man. We're gonna put him A tier. He deserves A tier. Better than dinosaurs? I would order probably like this. Anissa. Okay. Now this is where I'm gonna get slaughtered, but here we go. Anissa did a terrible thing. But is what Anissa did really much worse than what Omni-Man did? Is it even worse at all? I mean, at least for Anissa, she hadn't been living on Earth for 20 years when she did it. And didn't know Mark at all. For her, it was just Viltrumite customs. Okay, but everyone in the community hates Anissa. Makes sense. But when we put that against Nolan, suddenly Nolan is exempt. Anissa also dies for the cause, you know? And I think that parallel, that comparison you can draw, and the fact a lot of people think Anissa is unforgivable, but if you ask them the same thing about Nolan, suddenly he should be fully forgiven. I think that makes her an high B tier. Let's not push it too much. I mean, he should stand next to his mans. Ooh, yeah. This is good. I think Oliver above them. I don't like Bulletproof. Conquest. Conquest is amazing. Is he... Comic Conquest would be top of A. Show Conquest is bottom of S. Just amazing. Krieg is like the second level of run-of-a-mill Viltrumite, you know? You think Lucan first, and if you think of strong or like important Viltrumite, you think of Krieg. And Krieg is cool enough, you know? I'll put him below the Reaniman. No, he should be above these guys. Krieg is interesting, but he's never been the coolest. Listen, Shapesmith is cool, but he's a bad person. If you look at his story, he screws over an astronaut, unintentionally leads to the Sequits. Like, he's not a good person. For that, he's gonna go in D, because I don't think people are bringing enough attention to this. Thaddeus. Comic Thaddeus is like low B. I always like Thaddeus. But with the Optimus Prime wish, with his recent performance, I think Thaddeus sneaks into the top B. I think Thaddeus is a great character. William, I really enjoy William, you know? He's very supportive, very consistent. Actually likable. I think he deserves A. Black Samson, I just don't care for Black Samson. Duplicates, Duplicate. Wow, I don't like Duplicate. The Immortal, this is another controversial take. I really like the Immortal. 2,000 years old. People say stuck up. If you were 2,000 years old, trust me, you'd be a lot more than stuck up. Watches his whole friend group die. Watches the person he's worked with for 20 years kill him and everyone he's known. Gets revived. Dies again. Gets put in charge of a new team. They don't listen to him. Suddenly he's fully surpassed. I mean, he just had a rough man. And then he finally retires, chooses family over duty. The same thing that we praise Nolan for. And people give him a shade. It's just very unfortunate. Monster Girl. Also don't like Monster Girl, you know. Especially that one thing she does in the comics. You guys will know what I mean, but... yeah. Multipole is okay. He's just there. Robots another A tier character. Definitely one of those very iconic characters. Rudy is equally as good of a character, but he's slightly less likable, so he goes lower. Shrinking Ray. Comic Shrinking Ray would be somewhere here. Show Shrinking Ray gets to be next to Talia, you know? Rexplode. Redemption, man. People talk about Omni-Man. Rexplode is a different level of redemption arc too. Because Omni-Man does evil things, but evil things, strangely, we can often forgive them. Rex is a shitty person at the start. And everyone agreed to forgive him. That's how you know he's good. Adam, you know what? I actually have an idea. Let me just, yeah. This is very much true for comics. Less true for show. Show could be like between F and this, but I think Adam here, you know, he has to be here. Adam Eve, I really like Adam Eve. I think comic Adam Eve might be a bit better, though that just might be the fact that I read it first, so got exposed to her first. And the art there is so exceptional. I think that's the one thing lost in adaptation, you know, the art style of the comic is so excellent. But generally, I still enjoy Adam Eve. I still think she's a rather good character, and the relationship between her and Mark is developing awesomely. Okay, next up. Betsy, you know, people say Betsy... Oh, what the heck? That is not what I meant to do. Sorry, Bulletproof, you're not that bad. But truthfully, Betsy's an enabler, man. Like, Betsy let so much of what Adam does slide, so I think she has to go in B tier. As much as I don't want to, I think she has to. Cecil, comic Cecil would be somewhere high C tier, low B tier, because for all his talk, he's incompetent. But show Cecil makes a lot of good points, you know? And on the trial of Cecil Stedman, I'm gonna defend him now. People talk about, oh, why did he keep Conquest alive? Think about from Cecil's perspective. Even if Conquest was the strongest Viltrumite by a mile, if the strongest person on Earth was 100 times stronger than any other person, could beat 100 people in a fight, that would be meaningless. Because there's 8 billion of us, and if it's a galaxy-wide empire, Cecil would assume there's more Viltrumites. If he could find a weakness, that would be worth infinitely more than basically getting rid of a speck of sand. Okay? So in hindsight for us, sure, Cecil seems stupid. But for him, it seemed like the only logical choice. At least that's what I think. Debbie. Maybe the best change in the whole show is just how much better Debbie is. So much so that I might put her right below Trag. Because she's so important to Mark's arc, to Oliver's arc, to Nolan, to elevating Paul. Debbie is at the center of most of the human conflict. And it's just, every time she's on screen, you can tell why Omni-Man changed in those 20 years. Donald, I love me Donald, man. Donald is awesome. People talk about heroes, but I think Donald is very close to being the realest hero, you know? Dies, gets put back together, loses his humanity, is a machine at this point, but he's still fighting. Still going. Invincible, I mean, he's our titular character. That his name is an optimism that he's lost, but still great. I think he's a bit worse than Mark, but still great. Omni-Man, another controversial take. Comic Omni-Man would be high B, maybe low A. Show Omni-Man, I think Show Omni-Man might be the best character. You know, even better than Mark. Just his redemption arc is so excellent, and the fact that people are still so against him even after everything he's done, but I'm still pushing continuously. It's beautiful, you know. Really goes to show what it means to try and be redeemed. It's not just about people forgiving you. It's about continuously doing good, even if people don't forgive you. And going from Omni-Man to arguably the only character better than him, we have Big... No, I'm kidding. Big Mildew is okay. Moving on. Tula and Vidor. They're just Filtermites, not very special. Like, they're below average Filtermites too, I guess. You can make an argument Tula is a bit stronger than maybe the average Filtermite, but Vidor is Vidor, man. What did he even do? He just dies. Like, okay. And Nolan's parents are cool. I don't believe you see them in the comic, so it's very nice seeing them in the show. And lastly, and definitely not least, we have Ship Captain. Ship Captain is pretty funny, so he goes to LPT. And yeah, this is the character ranking. I mean, there's definitely a few outliers here. I think maybe I might move Rudy up one. I think besides that, I think generally this looks at a first glance to be pretty fine. But like I said, now that we went through the characters, do a quick power ranking too. Right now, alive characters in the show, I would say number 1 would be Battle Beast. The comic readers will know why. With weapons, I'm assuming at full health with weapons. 2 would be Trag. 3 is where it gets tough. I think based on the recent episode, I would say Omni-Man and Invincible. Either of those. I think I'd actually put Invincible above Omni-Man after recovering from his fight with Conquest. You can make the argument Omni-Man's experience will let him win that. I think 5th, though I was gonna pick Alan originally, he might be Thaddeus, man. Like, his performance is generational. He fights 4 Viltrumites in one episode and seemingly takes no L's. Like, it's crazy. And then end of series, going for the top 10, I would say first few are obvious. Trag 1, Battle Beast 2, Alan number 3. This is spoilers, by the way. Alan number 3, Mark 4. I would say Conquest number 5. If you're including Thaddeus, then this is where it gets debatable, because I think you can debate Thaddeus with Omni-Man. But I would say, for consistency's sake, Omni-Man 6, Thaddeus 7. Yeah, I would say Tech Jackets 8. You know, you could say Sinister Mark over Tech Jacket if you felt like it. You could say him over Omni-Man too. Really depends on how strong you think Sinister Mark is. But Sinister Mark is definitely in that 9th position. And then 10, you could choose a lot of random characters. I'll just say Viltrumite Mark. I think Viltrumite Mark would be pretty strong. So yeah, that's my ranking, and that's the video. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed this, comment, and let me know. This can be by far my longest video, so hopefully it does pretty well. You know, this is a very new type of content for me, and any feedback would be much appreciated. Also, keep a lookout. I'm writing more videos similar to the old ones, and hopefully they'll release soon. Right? Bye.